Hello everyone, this is Strider here, and today we have a game of Catan played on Colonist. I'm relatively new to this site, haven't really played too many games yet. I think my ELO is at 1438, and you can see that I'm placing third, and haven't even really taken time to look at the map yet, so it looks like red and green took some obvious picks, going for ore, wheat, sheep, and red on some common rolls. So let's see what we have available here. We have um, wood's not too bad this game. There's a lot of brick. A few good ore spots. Wheat is slightly scarce. That 10's already taken. Where we had ports. Brick ports are always. So 3-to-1 ports are scattered on the bottom. None of the 2-to-1 ports really look too attractive, except for maybe this orange one that green and red already pretty much have. So a couple options I could do. If I probably want to have my first pick on one of the stronger ores, just because ore can be a little tough to get. So I could either do like a 5, 6, 11 on the sheep, because obviously I think that makes a lot more sense than 5, 4, 11, where you're 2 sheep and not even very high good rolls. I could do a brick wood and have 10 tiles there, or 11, I mean. But yeah, that doesn't really look. This 5, 10 really doesn't look good. I could do 5, 9. So it's either brick or sheep. I'm kind of feeling this brick or sheep here. None of them are really fantastic. I guess I'll pick this here. Where can I even go? It's not really too much attractive. It's either point the road left or point it right. I decided to go right because I feel like this is probably going to get taken before it gets back to me. So I'm missing wood and I'm missing wheat. I want to see if I can get at least one of those with my second placement. And I also want to get close to a port. Let's see. So I can choose wood or wheat, but not really both, except for a couple not too attractive looking tiles or spots here. E3 and take a port. That 8 would just get targeted for the robber. 8-4, I don't really care for that. If I go here, I could go for this port. Potentially have some brick to trade, or I could go for like a 10-5. 10-5-2. I could do 9-10-2 and point this way. The potential to go to 3-to-1 port, potentially even to go towards the brick port, and then I'd have some pretty strong brick. I do think it's important to try to get some wheat here. So it's either 9-10-11, but I already have a sheep. 9-10-2, 9-10-5. But I already have a 5 on ore. You know, I think I'd rather do this and just go for cities. I don't know if this is the right move. It probably isn't. But that's okay. Problem with that brick port is it's just 5 and nothing else. That 3-to-1's going to be a little bit ugly too. But it might be really helpful. I could point this way and try to go for the brick. Probably not a horrible idea. Oh, I gotta do something. Let's just point down. I'm really not confident with that choice. I feel like I don't always make the best choices when it comes to pointing my starting roads. Even this one here, look, I'm going to be competing with blue to try to get this way. That's definitely one thing I've noticed as someone who's relatively new to online Catan is people are not afraid to, even though they see that you're kind of banking on going somewhere, they're not afraid to just say, yeah, I'm going to take that instead. It's all good though, part of the game. Right, so good way it's a good thing I didn't point this way because that wouldn't have gone anywhere. Okay, so red still has to play. So red has brick. If I was red, I would probably take. I don't even know what I would take. Maybe an 8-4. Oh, yep. That's exactly what he took. He's going for the. No, he's going to go towards the 3-1. Interesting. All right, so I've got some wheat and ore to start the game. 4 wheat to start. First one. All right, so strategies. It'd be nice to get some quick upgrades to cities. Although I am going to have to trade for wood so I can do some roads. Hopefully the 6 will give me the brick I need to build some roads. I got quite a bit of wheat. Let's just throw this out here and see if I can maybe get, I don't know, a wood. Red's on wood, blue's on wood. Pretty much everyone but myself in green. See what these guys do here. Green's rejected. Of course, green probably doesn't have any wood. And they're just gonna check. Okay, that's fine. Let's just pass. All right, so we know for sure red has wood. Of course, I would have had wood to start the game too, because second placement was on the 8. Builds are going the other way, okay. So, probably didn't go this way because of green. Oh, green slot must be to try to take this 10-3. I'm not really sure what green's doing with this road here. Kind of an interesting choice. This next roll's a 5. I'll be in good shape. I can actually upgrade to a city. Green's going to upgrade to a city already. First player to get that 3rd victory point. That'll be the robber. Okay, so I'm orange. I definitely don't want to block myself here. I'm thinking I kind of want to rob red just to see if I can get wood here. See if I can get a forest. I do get a forest. Nice. Of course, I have not rolled a single 6 for brick, so I'm gonna have to trade for that. I can at least build a road. Let's go. This middle settlement actually has expansion potential. Could potentially go up here, but I really think it's important to get to this port. So even though this 2-8 isn't particularly attractive, I think it's really important to get to this 3-1 port. Especially since there's already been a couple opportunities where that 3-1 really helped me. Of course, now I get the brick I need. sheep doesn't look too plentiful for me either, just because it's on an 11. Nothing. Okay, now we're starting to see some brick. Ooh, a couple ore. Hey, I can upgrade to a city. That's exciting. Everyone gets brick except me. All right. Which one would I like to upgrade to a city? I feel like this one might make more sense. Wheat would probably be good too. You know what? I'm going to do this one just because it's higher roll probability. Even though the wheat and the ore might go better together, but I'm hoping I'll be able to upgrade this one soon enough anyway. So red has to decide what to discard. I think it's only the second or third robber roll of the game. All right, that's a little bit unfortunate that someone's going to block that 10. The good news is that they robbed from green, not from me, but I really need that. I really need that wheat tile available. Brick. Well, now I'm kind of wishing I went towards the brick port. Ten gets blocked. Red and green are going to get wheat though. And now I can move the robber. I don't think anyone's really on a port yet, are they? We'll take from green, I guess, just because. Can you get a wheat? That's helpful. Well, sort of. Can't really do too much with it. I guess I'll just pass. Second one. I should probably try to trade next turn. I don't know what the chances are anyone would be willing to trade a wood away, but. Alright, so we have our first night play of the game from red. And he's going to rob me. Block the brick 6. Makes sense, I suppose. He's going to try to get to that 3-1 port. Okay, third wheat. Just need to get a sheep going here. So let's give 2 wheat for a sheep. Can't really help you there. Someone rolls a 5 and I'll get 3 ore. I can upgrade my other settlement to a city. But I really want to get to this 3-1 port. That's kind of my top priority right now. I really want to settle here. So green has some extra wheat and really wants to trade, really is after sheep and wood here. Just makes sense. Just like me, he doesn't have any settlements on wood. He's going to trade with the bank. That's not too helpful. So he wasn't able to get a wood. I'm guessing I probably won't be either. Try it. Maybe someone wants a brick. Probably a long shot that anyone's going to accept this trade, but... Oh, red well, actually. Okay. Good chance it helps red as much as it helps me, but that's going to allow me to get that settlement down. I really wasn't expecting anyone to go for that trade, but hey, sometimes it doesn't hurt just to throw it out there. Blue's going to settle on a port. Has good exposure to ore. Everyone gets sheep except me on that roll. Definitely haven't seen too many 11s this game. I thought 11's a very common roll typically. There's the ore roll, but I don't have the wheat I need. Don't suppose anyone will go for this trade here. Kind of a long shot, but then again, I thought my trade last turn was a long shot, and that worked out. Blue, not looking like it here. All right, let's just pass. Oh, nice, there's an 11. So potential to do a development card next turn. Everyone else is getting a lot of sheep, so I could potentially trade from later in the game if I need to. 12, that doesn't really help anyone. So I've got a couple options here. I could do a development card, or I could try to hold off and hope that I can build a city next turn. I could trade in 3 ore for wood and build a road, but I don't think that really makes too much sense. I think I'm better off trying to get a city here. I don't think anyone's going to want sheep because everyone else just got a bunch of sheep they're trading with the bank, so I'm just going to pass. I could have gone for the development card, but I just don't think it's worth it. Everyone got resources except me on that roll as well. Seems to be a pretty common occurrence in this game. All right, Blue's thinking here, has 7 cards. Robert's been on this 6 here for quite a few turns. Blue's got the longest road already. Interesting. I wonder if he's going to try to race green for this spot here. Doesn't seem likely to win. Okay, so red's going to use a knight card. Looks like he's going for largest army here. Works for me. Someone rolls a 6. I get a couple brick for that. So I can at least trade for that second wheat. Hoping I don't roll a 7. Okay, nice. An 11. Let's see here. So I could either trade in 3 sheep for a wheat, or I could try... Let's try this first. See if anyone wants a brick. Probably not, because everyone else just got a bunch of brick and they're trading 4 for 1 at the bank. Yeah, I didn't think that would work. I could either trade in my 3 brick, or I could trade in my 4 sheep. Getting a lot more brick than I am sheep. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Those 11s have been tough to get. Let's upgrade this guy here. Do I trade 3 of those sheep in for something, or do I just want to hold them for now? I guess I'll just hold them for now. Okay, it's already paying off a bit. 10, I get 2 wheat. Now, so it's all about 5s for my ore, but, 5's a fairly common roll, and someone rolls it, I get 4 ore at once. Good deal. So it'd be nice to upgrade this settlement to a city down here and get the victory point up to 6, but it's not really going to help me too much with it being on a 2. I almost feel like I want to start either trying to get some development cards or figure out where I might want to settle next. Maybe I try to get a road over here and settle on this brickport. It's going to make this 5 a target for blocking, but... Oh, robber. Oh, man, where do I want to put the robber? I haven't even thought about this. So, blue's probably the strongest here. Let's maybe try... I don't know. I feel like this blocks a lot of people. Sheep. I really did not need another sheep. Okay, so I don't have brick or sheep. I guess maybe I'll just trade in some sheep for this and get a development card. Victory point. Okay. Can't complain. Road building would have actually been a nice one for me too. So I should probably look at the other opponents here and assess threats. So blue is in the lead victory point wise with 6. Some of that's from the road. And he doesn't have a lot of exposure to wheat, so not too much of a threat from a city upgrade perspective. He already has 4 settlements down. He does have a 2-to-1 wheat port and a 3-to-1 and some common rolls, so he could potentially trade for what he needs. He's on a 6 wood, a 6 brick, a 9 brick, an 8 ore. So he has some pretty favorable tiles here. Okay. Brick 6 is going to get blocked again here. Stolen by green. Red's pretty close to getting army. Ooh, what do we have here? I feel like I should maybe block this 8 here. Red is on a 2-to-1 wheat port, but he doesn't really have a lot of wheat exposure. Who do I want to steal from here? I guess I can do blue. I didn't really want a brick there, but I guess I could trade in my 3 brick for an or into another development card. Don't really know if that's the right move, but yeah, another victory point. Not as good as getting the victory points at the end of the game through the development cards, but hey, you get what you get. Well, at least he can't steal from me. I was actually kind of hoping for road building. It would have been nice to just get to that brick port. Interesting, he's going to steal from red, or block red. I mean, red could potentially be a threat, but I mean, he's one away from getting largest army, but I'm really thinking blue. You know, I feel trying to assess blue and green as threats. So obviously blue has more points, but that's just from the road. I mean, I, I think green's facing the same struggle I am as far as trying to get roads and just get that expansion territory. Blue, on the other hand, has a lot of high rolls at 3-1 port. I really think blue's the bigger threat just from that perspective. A little bit of lag here in the game. Can't really do much, 0 resources. Let's see where blue puts the robber. Blocking the wheat, okay. That's good for me. Now blue's gonna go for that 2-1 wood port. That's interesting. Someone rolled a 5, I get a bunch of ore. I think blue would maybe build a settlement here, but maybe not. It's an interesting game, I think. Be nice if it wasn't lagging. Apparently green has some extra ore as well. Maybe he's wishing at this point he would have gone up and grabbed that port. He's thinking about here, year of plenty. Well, it looks like he might be taking that after all. Or not, ooh. So I could potentially block him. Everyone gets a bunch of sheep except me. 4 ore, I can't really do too much. I guess I'm just gonna pass. There's the brick. I think my biggest issue is that at pretty much any point, green could really start upgrading some of these settlements to cities. Get a few points from that, and then he should have plenty of wood and brick to be able to keep building roads and just settle. Like, he doesn't even need to keep building roads, he can just build settlements. And he's got 4 down, so he could build 1 more. And bring him to 7. A couple city upgrades, he's at 9, you know. My development card, I gotta think blue's probably the favorite to win this game. Green finally builds up here. 9, everyone's gonna get brick except for me. Chance anyone has wood they want to trade away. Probably pretty slim. Blue rejects, green rejects, red rejects. I could trade in 3 ore for a wood, but I just don't think it's worth it. Oh, okay. Someone rolled a 2. Oh, here we go. I could upgrade to a city and buy a development card. Oh man, what are you doing? What are you doing? That was going to be my next settlement. Oh, red, what are you doing? Oh, and the robber. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I have to discard 5 cards. Wow, 5 cards. Two. Actually, whoops. That wasn't quite done, but whatever. Guess I only had. Okay, who do I want to block here? A little bit mad at red here, but I really do think green. Sorry, blue's the biggest threat. Shoot. It's probably not even what hurts blue the most, but whatever. Hit a brick back that doesn't really help me all that much. I guess I'll upgrade here just for the victory point, but I think what I really needed was to get over here, expand. I could do one road build here, but if I can build a settlement here and upgrade, that'll be enough for a win. At this point, people probably suspect that I have victory points, that I'm not just holding on to other developments. Okay, so red disconnected. We'll see if red reconnects or not. If he doesn't, then it's hard to say what the bot's going to do here. If the bot's going to keep, building this road or what's going to happen. I'm almost thinking that my best bet might actually just be to. I only need 2 more points for the win. I'm almost thinking I might just want to build a road here, settle, upgrade to a city. A 5, nice. Imagine if someone rolls another 2. Green's going to steal from me. 3. That really helps blue. Okay, so I can trade in 3. I can at least build a road. It'd be really nice if I could at least get a settlement down this turn, but you can't always get what you want. This game's lagging so bad it won't even let me pass the turn here. Look at this, everyone's swimming in brick. Looks like red is probably not coming back at this point. Okay, blue buys a development card, 2 development cards. I forget how many victory points there are in the development card deck. I have 2 of them already, but well, at least the bot stole from blue and not me. For brick. Be nice if this game was not so laggy. Doesn't really help me too much at all. I guess I can at least trade these 3 in for a wood. And then I'll hope that by the time it gets to my turn, I'll get at least wheat or sheep. And hopefully enough of something else to trade if I need to. It's definitely a good thing I grabbed this 3-1 port. Ports can be so important in this game. Especially if you don't have tiles on every resource. Okay, there's a bunch of ore, which I can trade for something. That red bot. Oh, sheep. Okay, great. As long as I don't get, As long as I don't roll a 7, I should be in decent shape here. Guess it's a good thing I didn't go for this brick port here because the bot pretty much picked up where Jason left off. And just like that, I roll a 7. That is very unfortunate. Yep, I have to discard just enough cards where I can't even trade. But maybe I can get a wheat here. 10 seconds, so blue. The chances blue has a wheat, probably a much higher chance that green does. So I'm going to steal from green just for that reason. I do not get what I want. But maybe, just maybe, somebody will take a trade. Blue's thinking about it. Gonna be a little careful because blue's not really that far from winning. All right, I'll just pass. Really, really unfortunate that I rolled a 7. I would have been in such good shape. All right, we'll see what blue does here. Just builds a road, interesting. Am I still not going to have the resources I need here? A 10. Oh, that is a good roll for me. Not as good as a 2 would have been, of course, but we'll take it. Oh, we've got a Monopoly played. Well, he only gets 2 ore. Of course, they're my 2 ore, but at least I don't have to worry about the robber. If a 7 gets rolled. Green is buying all sorts of development cards. Okay, so we're definitely going to put a settlement down. Pretty much just need to upgrade to a city. We'll see. Can't do much else, so let's just pass. Come on, a 5 and a 2. 5 and a 2. As in someone roll a 5, then someone roll a 2. Not all at once. Don't want a 7. I'm definitely not interested in that trade. The bot has 11 cards. Let's see what the bot does. Green has a lot of cards too. 11. Get a couple sheep. 8. Blue and green get ore. Green upgrades to a city. Still has 8 cards left. And if he plays a knight, he's going to have, and he does, largest army. There's a good chance he could have a victory point. So I think he and I might be sitting at 9. But interesting here, we've got blue with 3 development cards. Possible, good chance he has at least 1 victory point. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to win on this turn here. Nope. A roll that helps everyone but me again. I can't do anything. It's going to be sad if somebody wins here on this next go. I've got the wheat I need. Enough to trade for 1 ore. Pretty much a 5 will win me the game. Wow, a 2. I get 4 wheat out of that. Red takes longest road. Spot's going insane here. Oh boy, so now green with 8 points. Monopoly on the wheat. Oh man. That is really unfortunate. 9 points. He's got 15 cards. Can he make something happen? If he can find a way to upgrade that city, then he's got it. Or even a road and a settlement will work for him. That's really sad. I even got my 2 roll, and I was swimming in wheat until he just monopolied it all. Well, he bought a development card, so I'm guessing that he isn't going to win on this turn. Because if he could have upgraded a city or built a settlement, he would have. 10. So I get a couple wheat, but... And he's got 11 cards here, so really needs someone to roll a robber. Wow, look at this. Blue has 9 cards. Green has 13 cards. I have to think there's a really good chance green's going to win on this turn. Blue takes longest road back. Pretty much need green to roll a 7. He does not. He's probably going to win. He's on... Well, green does not have a 3-to-1 port. He's got a 2-to-1 ore port. He wants to trade? Absolutely not. Well, I don't have... He's looking for wood. I don't have wood anyway, but... He's going to do some 4-to-1 trading. Looks like he must be trying to get a road down. Road and a settlement. He's still got 8 cards. Can he do it? Absolutely not. I was going to say, hopefully blue's smart enough not to trade with green. I pretty much need a 5 to win. If green doesn't win here. I mean, he's playing a night card. Did he get what he needed? He did not. He's so close, though. He just needs a summon. He's got 6 cards. Wow. A 5 for the win. Let's go. Oh, man, that was a nail biter. If I didn't get that 5, I was pretty much hosed, but very, very lucky to get that 5 right at the end. That's definitely an interesting game here. I always like looking at the dice. Oh, what did people have for victory points? So blue did have a couple victory point cards, so he was sitting at 9 as well. Yeah, wow, very, very close game. Any one of us 3 really could have taken it. And I might have been in decent shape that other turn if Green didn't play that Monopoly card that took all that wheat from me. What do you have? You got like 15 wheat from everyone or something like that. I mean, that was just nuts, but unfortunately, for him, it just didn't pan out. Dice stats, we've had 8 was the most common roll, and 6, a fairly normal distribution here. There weren't even that many. There weren't even that many rolls of the 5, but hey, we got it. 4 rolls of the 2. It didn't feel like it, but I guess I didn't really get those cities down there till a little bit later in the game. Resource, fairly even. Too many stats. Resource. So green definitely got the most resources. I had the second most resources. It didn't feel like it, but I guess I did. I feel like I definitely got taken from a lot, but maybe not. So, so I think what really hurt green, and I really think green could have won the game if he had a 3-1 port, but he didn't. And I think it really made a difference because in the end he had just a boatload of cards, but he had to keep doing 4-1 trades instead of 3-1. If he could have done 3-1, then I have to imagine he would have gotten what he needed and he could have built that settlement. I mean, that's really all he needed for the win. Blue is so close as well. I mean, basically all blue needed to do was upgrade to a city, and I'm a little surprised he didn't have what he needed. I mean, he's on. I think his biggest issue was he just didn't have wheat. I mean, yeah, he had a couple settlements on a 3, but a little bit more. But he mostly just had brick and wood. And, well, that's yeah, brick and wood. But, I mean, he had a 2-1 sheep for it, but that wasn't really too helpful for him, I don't think. So maybe Red would have been in a better position here if he didn't disconnect and get taken over by a bot. I mean, this bot was really excited about maintaining that longest road, but didn't really do too much else otherwise other than block that brick port for me. But I didn't really end up getting a ton of brick in the end anyway. I mean, I guess there was a few times I got brick and traded away, but I think it was really important just to get that go for this triangle here because I only needed one road in order to get that other settlement down. And since I didn't have any wood, it was all about trading for the wood for me. So pretty interesting game with a pretty fun finish. Hope you enjoyed the game. Feel free to leave a comment if you saw something else that you would have done differently, or um, yeah, pretty much anything you would have done differently than I did, or any other ideas you have. Hey, thanks for watching.